And out of Africa came the modern humans, and the word the geneticist uses admixed. They admixed with the Neanderthals. And they all used to live in caves in those days like this. Came out of Africa, admixed with the Neanderthals. This was the Neanderthal territory. There was another group of Neanderthal-like creatures called the Denisovans. They lived up here in Siberia, and they have their genome has been sequenced. They were distinct from the Neanderthals. And so you can find in people of European and Asian ancestry evidence of about 7%, 5 to 10% of your genome is common with that of Neanderthals. We've been separated from them for 30,000 years or so. And in some of the tribes in Papua New Guinea and those islands out there, there's evidence for a different kind of genome, which is probably the Denisovan genome. And they might have 7% Neanderthal and 5% Denisovan. So they might be 12 or 15% different from us. And in fact, the Africans who came out from Africa have no evidence of any Neanderthal genes in them, no evidence of admixture. So they're the real pure humans, Homo sapiens. Really, really interesting.
Welcome to Will and Truth, where your hip views, news, blues, reviews, and historical clues are invited and cited. The Will and Truth is the world's terror, for the ways of its own many errors. Rolling down the steep, the errors rising to its peak. Can we run from the mob of the rolling heap? We are destined to reap what we keep. Without correction, the keep spoils to the grave it seep. The miseducation is intentional. Escapism of entertainment has been fentanyl. The dopamine to diverge from our errors is the reason Will and Truth is the world's terror. Hello, hello. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Today, it is another historical clue. It's a historical clue. Southeast Asia. We're going to head to Laos. Laos cave fossils prompt rethink of human migration map. The skull of fragment and skin bone suggests that the early modern humans might have passed through Southeast Asia earlier than thought. So this article will take place in a cave in Laos, where they came across fragmented bones, human bones, modern human bones. And these bones predated what they originally thought. It's a lot earlier than what they thought. So this saga continues. At this point, I believe that the things that they taught us in school and the repeat of so-called history or world history as we know it is nowhere near that they taught. Only theories, and those theories always be biased, especially with the dates. I'm at the point now believing that the dates that they taught us was only dates that they can get around to their own discovery, their own ancient discovery, right? There's a specific group of people here that's from the beginning of time, as far as we can predate. Then you have those that are newcomers, more modern day people, right? So I think the conflict with a lot of the dates when it comes to these things is not that they didn't know, but the biases that come into academia and academics and science. And this becomes a war of the educated and a war of the non-educated. So here we'll go and discover Laos, Southeast Asia. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Please comment, make your comments, because all this is important. It will be nice to understand and listen from you, your point of view, as we go through this. Evidence suggests ancient humans passed through Southeast Asia way earlier than scientists thought. A fossilized fragment of a human shin bone found in a mountaintop cave in Laos may be 86,000 years old. 86,000. I know a few years back they were saying out of Africa could have been around 40,000 years. Now we're double that. And that just a few years back of understanding what they thought it was when people left out of Africa, right? Archaeologists suggest that Tang Ping Ling cave in Laos, where fossilized fragments of prehistoric human bones have been found. Archaeologists found fossils that show humans may have migrated through Southeast Asia area as far back as 86,000 years ago, millennia earlier than previously thought, according to new research. The two bones fragments, small pieces of a skull and a shin bone, were dug up in a cave in northern Laos. Nature.com reported Tuesday. High-tech testing of the sediment of which they were found, as well as animal teeth dug up nearby, reportedly put the age of the remains at between 70,000 and 77,000 years. But the shin bone could be as many as 86,000 years old. Five other bone fragments previously discovered in Tang Ping Ling, Laotian for Cave of the Monkeys. Laotian, it's the language, or they're just saying from the locale, Laotian, Cave of the Monkeys, right? Tang Ping Ling, this is what it's called. Tang Ping Ling, Cave of the Monkeys, Laotian, are estimated to be between 46,000 and 70,000 years old and suggest humans have lived in the region for at least 68,000 years. Laos lies on a prehistoric migration route to Australia, where the oldest archaeological site is believed to be around 65,000 years old, according to Nature.com. So Laos, from a locale standpoint, I have a map in the beginning. It's attached to Thailand. So you have Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, all in this area, Myanmar, and that used to be all one kingdom long time ago. And in the world wars and things of that nature, and tribal wars, those borders has separated until what we know now. So in general, what you'll find here is in comparison to what you will find in Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, things of that nature. And this is what these articles is about. It's showing that if people walk there, that they will walk through all these landmasses. Even though right now they're talking about Laos, technically they're talking about Southeast Asia, as they say, all the way to Australia, right? Indonesia, all those lands. So the people you see here are definitely people you could find still in these lands today. Paleoanthropologist Fabrice Demeter, who leads the team of researchers, told the Messenger by email that the cave fossils provided evidence of early migration waves out of Africa, attest that modern humans were were in this part of the world earlier than traditionally thought by 40,000 years. This region is a prime place to ask some of these questions about migration, since mainland Southeast Asia really sits at the crossroads of East Asia and island Southeast Asia, Australia, he said. We expect to continue to find good evidence of what hominins were here and hopefully more about their population dynamics. Dameter, an assistant professor or geogenetics at University of Copenhagen, Denmark, says that most recent discovered fossils were found in January 2018, but laboratory analysis was delayed by almost 2 years because labs shut down due to COVID-19, Demeter says. The fine test results were delivered in August, and a research paper about the findings was published by Nature Communication on Tuesday. So now, it's not like they're rushing to tell us this information, although he said, I think the insert of the pandemic is questionable as far as when they allow this and open up about this information. But it's a story, right? The bone fragments are believed to be been swept into a mountaintop cave by floodwaters and were found sandwiched between layers of clay. There has been undergoing excavation for what then a decade. Scientists who have trekked through sticky tropical heat to reach the site, said Laura Shackelford, an anthropologist at the University of Illinois Urbana champion involved in the dig. Archaeologists hit bedrock about 23 feet down and have been able to reconstruct the cave's chronology. Shackelford told Nature.com. But the team isn't finished and hopes to find environmental DNA that could reveal that what kinds of plants and animals lived in the area 10,000s of years ago. This is just one mountain, Shackelford said. There are thousands of caves to explore. So, again, it's a quick article, cool article. But yes, these are some people pictures I took off of Google searches, things of that nature. And these people are still there, or the descendants of those people are still there. Traveling through Southeast Asia, in certain parts, you definitely can run into people that looks like this occasionally or currently, depending on what location you're in. For example, if you're in Thailand, you'll probably see more of these groups of people like this in South Thailand. Definitely in South Thailand. But the Khmer history, as I said, Khmer history is Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, Vietnam, and along those areas. And there are other articles I will bring forth that would take us all the way to the Philippines in a similar fashion. So please subscribe, like, and share, and comment. Let me know what you guys think. It's important to know. It's important to repeat. What we're getting out of these books, or the compilation of books, academically, is not what it is in the science world. And it's good for you parents and you non-parents, as such as myself, that's rethinking and reteaching and just reevaluating, getting rid of the nonsense that they taught us and dealing with what is. It's definitely important for parents to get involved, to find content that can give you an up-to-date feel of what's going on. And hopefully we'll put together enough content and good content that possibly your kids could evaluate for school projects, use for school projects, with the books and articles that we bring forth. All this is important. Very important. Very, very important. A lot of times, by default, when we get into these subjects and we talk about these things are typically, by default, just on the illustration of the mind. By default, true representation is important, very important. We need true representation. A lot of representation, a lot of illustrations on these subject matters, and the things we talk about is misled with the imagery. So what we're trying to do is get as close to the imagery that we can, what we can find of the people we're discussing and the people that we're finding within these articles. It's all important, very important. History is essential, for she is the captain of he, the orator of his spirit, especially for the means and survival of the modern human. Without the recorded record of place, time, space, and action, we all are doomed to repeat execution of near extinction. The importance of the first lesson to teach the sons, such as to receive the word and to protect the first order. Take which is good and multiply. The first order of the Lord is to prepare the son to receive the word, to take care which is given and multiply which is good, improve which is given and multiply which is good. The story of our journey is the story of resourceful means, superhuman abilities, and defeating the unknown. Discovering spaces beyond the tangible touch, a connection to universal knowledge of what is, to what was, what will be, and what is to come. The legend of God's written testament is recorded in the blood, the body, and the soul of the modern humans. How did modern humans overcome such challenges? Why continue to survive the challenge of survival itself? Will we continue our journey into everlasting salvation? The story of our journey is the story of resourceful means and superhuman abilities. A story that began in the wilderness, nomadic misdirection. Discipline and principle led us through, but the code of the highest spiritual God lifted the modern human beyond the unforeseen horizons. The soul, the body, and the will of the man authors an everlasting story. The legend of the God's written records are recorded in the blood, the body, and the soul of modern humans. Will and Truth, signing off. From the beginning of time, Earth elemental evolution has always caused great devastation in the balance and reset within sustainability. All living things today are survival tested on Earth. Homo sapiens have proven to be the survival of the fittest, lasting beyond the destruction of terrestrial devastations during the Great Resets. Our species has survived far beyond 300,000 years, overcoming obstacles of treacherous adversities. Modern humans migrated through the most treacherous, remote, forbidden environments known to mankind, spreading across all continents, running terrestrial hills, climbing mountains, leaping to plateaus, swimming the seas and plowing the plains of earth, instinctually elevating beyond defeats, marking the remembrance to archive the medical botanist terrain was and still is essential. Life itself challenged modern humans to create amazing technical advances in science to defend and achieve. The ancients of modern men continue to conquer their challenges to protect, to build, and to create environments to procreate. The earth has pressured the modern human to be the ultimate competitive warrior species of mankind. Molded to overcome extreme terrains, overcoming fearless beasts in the plains while outmaneuvering the beasts of the field, simultaneously swiftly dodging the fowls beyond the sky. Modern humans have proven God's order, being the masters of dominion. Without the recorded record of place, time, space, and action, we all are doomed to repeat execution of near extinction. The importance of the first lesson to teach the sons, such as to receive the word and to protect the first order. Take which is good and multiply. The first order of the Lord is to multiply which is good. Molded to overcome extreme terrains, overcoming fearless beasts in the plains, while outmaneuvering the beasts of the fields, simultaneously swiftly dodging the fowls beyond the sky. Test after test, modern humans have proven God's order, being the masters of dominion. History is essential, especially for the means and survival of the modern human. Without the recorded record of place, time, space, and action, we all are doomed to repeat execution of near extinction. The importance of the first lesson to teach the sons, such as to receive the word and to protect the first order. Take which is good and multiply. The first order of the Lord is to prepare the son to receive the word, to take care which is given, and multiply which is good. Multiply which is good. How did modern humans overcome such challenges? Why continue to survive the challenge of survival itself? The story of our journey is the story of resourceful means, superhuman abilities, and defeating the unknown. Discovering spaces beyond the tangible touch, a connection to universal knowledge of what is, to what was, what will be, and what is to come. Discipline and principle led us through, but the code of the highest spiritual guide lifted the modern human beyond the unforeseen horizons. The first order of the Lord is to prepare the son to receive the word, to take care which is given, and multiply which is good. Multiply which is good. The story of our journey is the story of resourceful means, superhuman abilities, and defeating the unknown. Discovering spaces beyond the tangible touch, a connection to universal knowledge of what is, to what was, what will be, and what is to come. The legend of God's written testament is recorded in the blood, the body, and the soul of modern humans. The code of the highest spiritual guide lifted the modern human beyond the unforeseen horizons. The legend of the God's written records are recorded in the blood, the body, and the soul of modern humans. The legend of the God's written records are recorded in the blood, the body, and the soul of modern humans.